Hey everybody, this is Matt, the Christmas City Picker, and you are listening to the Thrifting for the Future podcast, where we talk about thrifting, reselling for a goal, and everything in between. On to the next episode. Hey everybody, this is Matt, the Christmas City Picker, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Thrifting for the Future podcast. Sorry, I've been away for a little while. Haven't seen you guys or talked to you guys in a little over a month, I believe. Life has been a little bit hectic with the two other businesses, trying to get some of that stuff done. Just haven't really had much info to share and really talk about, let alone time to do it. Which brings me to my topic for today, budgeting your time. I know money is one of the big things when it comes to a reselling business, but time has to be the second biggest thing, if not the biggest thing, especially if you have a spouse, children, other jobs, things of that sort. Those resellers that do the reselling as their full-time business, kudos. You got that brass ring. That's what a lot of us resellers want to do. But unfortunately, for most of us, we have regular 9-to-5s, as I call it. Some of us have more than that. Some of us have children and families to take care of as well, and that gets in the way. So this episode is more about how I budget my time and the failing of budgeting of time, and just how we're all human. We all kind of have those hurdles to overcome. For myself, I have like I said, a regular 9-to-5 job. I have a secondary business that we are trying to get going. I've mentioned it before. It's a distillery, and we have been kind of in flux for the past few months. The management group, some members wanted to leave. I'm bringing some new members in, and some don't want to leave and are deciding to gum up the works, so to speak. So that plus 2 children, a wife, dog, cat, yada yada yada. How do you budget your time? The thing that's important to realize is that if reselling, even though it is a passion, if it is part-time, you can't make it full-time priority in terms of the time that you take with it. You have to obviously keep your job. You have to pay your bills. The easiest way I find to do it is that I set time aside in the evening to do some listings, to do podcasts, I haven't worked on YouTube in a little while, but to do YouTube videos, to pack and ship, and then on the weekends when I have some free time, that is when I like to push the sourcing kind of hardcore. And it does take time, but I don't know if it's the same for you, but the sourcing is kind of like my sanity. That is where I have the fun. That is what I enjoy to do. I like getting out there and schmoozing with the people at yard sales and flea markets. If it's a storage locker, I enjoy the thrill of the unknown, let's call it, of knowing what you're buying and kind of getting in there and just kind of seeing what you can discover. So it's kind of what keeps me sane. It's my pastime, or one of them. So that kind of doesn't feel like it's a budgeting time for that. The most important thing is that you keep track of all of your time, because it's just it can get away from you. And my family, feels that stress every now and then. With my sons having to do some things, my oldest starting college, he has to finish filling out financial aid, his registration for classes, his choice of major. He needs to go get some clearances and stuff like that. So it's all a little bit hectic. My wife is starting a new job, I believe, soon. So that's kind of eating up the time also. But if you do it and you figure it out, you can roll roll along like a fine-tuned machine, and it shouldn't be a problem. Just remember that your first priority is your family and finances, and getting that done leaves you the time to pursue your part-time passion, which would be reselling. I'm not selling that. I'm not saying that everybody needs to kind of ease up on their reselling. I'm just saying that everybody needs to understand where their priorities lie. To be honest, I wish I was a full-time reseller. I watch the videos like from Paul, the Philly Flipper, Josh, Harry Tornado, stuff like that, and yeah, I'm envious. I would love to do that because that's kind of stuff that I like, and I also know a little about a lot of things. So when it comes to sourcing, it's really fun for me because I get excited over the stupidest little things out there. And with budgeting time also comes with the budgeting money, so it kind of all falls into place. Just set yourself, like what we've done is I have a whiteboard where I kind of write down everything that needs to get done for the week in terms of things other than the 9 to 5, and then after that is when I put the time in for the reselling business. So if I can get everything done, let's say by 6 o'clock, then hey, from 6 o'clock till bedtime, I can do whatever I want for reselling. I can list 15 things. I can go clean a whole bag of clothing that I picked, which by the way, I hate selling clothing. But you have to sell what you have. So I mean, like, that's what I find in some storage units. I'm not just gonna throw it away. So if it's worth money, sell it. And yeah, so that's about it for that. But what that brings me to is the other topic that I know John from Severe Thrifters was touching on, about niching down. I agree with him on that point to a certain extent. It is safer to niche down, but it can be a lot more rewarding financially to broaden your spectrum of things that you sell. So it's just a matter of how you want to look at it. There's many different schools of thought when it comes to reselling. I used to be niched down just into a vinyl LP store. That's all I did on Amazon, and it worked. It was good, but it also was just kind of ate away. Yeah, it's okay. Here's another LP. Here's another LP. While it's fun to find the rare ones out there, it's just kind of, I was like, oh man, I wish I could go find some G.I. Joes and try to sell those. So, like, let's say Paul, the Philly Flipper, he sells everything under the sun. I wouldn't buy some of the things that he buys, but I understand his purpose is that it's hey, this is worth $20 and I'm buying it for $1. I'll sell it. So you can niche down, but try not to niche down too far. Try to keep those avenues open. Like I said in one of the other podcasts of mine, many streams form a big river. So just find what you know and make sure you're pushing that hard, but keep some of those other side streams of things to sell open, because you can never have too many sales. Everything is beneficial, especially when you hit my age. I'm not extremely old. I'm 45, but I'm at that point in my life where I am now thinking of what I want to have and what I want to do when my kids are out of the house, and when my wife and I can enjoy our time without the children. I mean, don't get me wrong, we like doing things with the children, and we always will. It's just, you have your own time in the beginning, and you spend years not having just your own time, and then you have your own time again a little bit later on, and you're like, okay, now I have the means to do something with it. What should we do? So that's just kind of like my whole plan with the whole planning everything out. It's just, I want to make sure I do everything right for my future, which is why the Thrifting for the Future podcast is here, because everybody can join the accountability friendship that we have going on. Hop on Facebook on the Thrifting for the Future. Search Christmas City Picker. It should pop up. The group there. We're going to talk about things with our selling and stuff like that with our plans for the future. I think in one of the past episodes I said how I didn't buy any storage units for the past month. You guys will be proud of me. I haven't purchased any storage units for the past 2 months. So, woohoo! Hooray for me. I haven't bought any storage units in June or July. It's been killing me though because I've seen some. So what am I going to do? I am going to buy one next week. I've seen one that I liked. I think I can turn at least a 3-time profit on it, or as John likes to say, 3x. And we'll see what I can do with that. I can't see much in it, which is part of the fun. So that if I can win that will probably be my next YouTube video because I haven't done any of those in a while. One last thing is always keep watching Facebook Marketplace. Like I said, this last week I didn't video it, but I have some photos. I saw a Facebook listing for just a box of random toys that a guy was selling that were his son's or his kid's box, and his son's now 40. He was just getting it out of his house for $15. I spied something orange in the one photo, and I'm like, oh, I know what that was. It was the cuffs for My Pet Monster. So I'm like, oh, yep. Immediately messaged him, I'll take it, $15. Where do you want to meet? I get it, and lo and behold, in that box were 2 Nintendo Game & Watches. One was Super Nintendo, or Super Mario. The other one was Donkey Kong 2. And all 3 of those things that I saw go for almost $100 a piece on eBay. So that was a pretty good ROI right there. I was super stoked. The nerd me loved finding that stuff. I struggled with keeping it or selling it, and the whole point is to sell it, so I gotta sell it. But I can have it on my desk until it does sell. So haha, the nerd me will take that deal. Other than that, this was just a quick podcast, just to let you all know that I'm still around. I'm still thinking about you guys. Hop on to my Instagram, Christmas City Picker, like and comment on some of the things. Send me a message about what you would like me to do a show on soon. That will help me keep motivated to do some shows. Because like I said, when I get done with certain things at 10 o'clock at night, I just kind of don't feel the urge to hop on and do a podcast. But if you guys tell me some things to talk about, then I most likely will want to talk about it. YouTube, Christmas City Picker, like and subscribe, watch some of my videos. The Facebook group, Christmas City Picker, search that, or search Thrifting for the Future, and join that, and we'll talk in there. I know John from Severe Thrifters is there. Tyler, I believe it's the same Tyler that he was talking about in his most recent podcast, is there. I think that's the same one. And Devin is in there. And I've never mentioned this before, but my eBay store is Steel Stacks Vintage. Steel as the metal, Stacks Vintage. That's another homage to my hometown. If you find something there you like and you purchase it, just mention in the thing that you heard it on the podcast, and I will deduct I'll give you a refund or give you a discount on the order, because you were kind enough to listen to my show. But as for now, that's it. I will do another one later on this week. I'll talk about some other things to look for, what I found this week, and we'll keep going on the accountability thing. All right, but as for now, have a great night and a better tomorrow. See ya.